That's just like having Kobe Bryant as president, but he can't speak about basketball. I know y'all have heard of Kobe. He hurt you here in Miami. Oh, you haters out there. Sorry. And so you got Neil deGrasse Tyson up in the White House, but you can't speak astrophysics. You got Susan B. Anthony, but you can't talk feminism. You got Hillary Clinton, but she can't even tell the truth about the vicious sexism to which she was subjected. So Obama felt that he couldn't talk about it, but not only did he feel he couldn't talk about it, he went out of his way to criticize black people publicly. I know a lot of y'all missed that. When you ain't inside the group, you don't feel it the same way, right? When you ain't inside the family, you miss some of the references. So when he was going around talking like, that black people shouldn't feed their kids chicken in the morning, and Pookie, signifier, inside discourse in baseball about the average poor black person should go to their kids' schools and pay attention to them if they didn't have to work 3 jobs. You're right. He went to Morehouse College and he said, nobody's going to be sensitive to you complaining about racism when you got stuff you ain't earned. Slow down, son. You're talking to a graduating class of college. They ain't in a detention center, right? And when you went to Columbia and you spoke to Barnard College, you did not tell those predominantly white women, stop bitching about sexism because nobody wants to hear something that you are arguing about that you haven't earned. He would not dare speak to them that way. Now, he defended himself by saying, look, I grew up as a young black boy without his father. Does that give you the right? You ain't the first one. I think there's an entire genre of hip hop devoted to that. Fuck daddy who wasn't here. You got to listen to the songs. God forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Remember Jay-Z said, now all my teachers couldn't reach me and my mama couldn't beat me hard enough to match the pain of my pop not seeing me? So with that disdain in my membrane on my pimp game, fuck the world, my defense came. Mr. Obama, you ain't the first black man to grow up without a daddy. My daddy, when I was 3 months in the womb, went out for a pack of cigarettes. I ain't seen him since. So, sir, you don't have the right to impose the existential anxiety that you endured, undeniably traumatic, as the predicate for concentrated, intelligent public policy or statements derived philosophically from your own deficit of patriarchy. You can't do that now. You can't generalize that way. Yes, it was painful. But the black men that you want to be present, and they should be, when they are away from their families, they are the highest rated people of all ethnicities in America to spend time with their sons. That's what the science says. That's not the stereotype. So fathers who don't live with their kids who are black spend more times with their kids than any other race of fathers in America. But don't let the facts interrupt your interpretation. And just because you Obama don't mean you get a pass. When they jumped on Ben Carson for calling those slaves immigrants, guess who called them immigrants first? Barry. But our side doesn't want to see it. Now, if you're going to be fair, be fair. And I'm an Obama surrogate twice. I supported him twice. I knew him since 92. That don't mean I close my eyes. That don't mean because I love him and think he's the best that we should offer, because I think he's one of the most extraordinary presidents ever. But he's like Shaquille O'Neal, another guy who spent a little time here. I want to be relevant to my local audience. Shaq was one of the greatest of all time, but he couldn't shoot free throws, really. So when you go, that's what they call hacker Shaq. So when you tell the story, Shaq was one of the greatest. Yes, great Hall of Famer. Yes, one of the most amazing. Yes, shoot free throws. No. So Obama great. Yes, insightful. Yes, public policy. Yes, on race. No. Don't lie. I stood, or sat, I should say, in the VIP section right behind Sharpton on the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington, where Obama blamed black people for the loss of racial comity and the derailing of racial conversation in America. And I saw this. I can't lie about it because he's my guy. That's what we hate about the Republicans. Roy Moore down there in Alabama, like he making an R. Kelly video. I'm the wrong one if you want me to lie. I ain't the one. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind at the mall. But how are we going to distinguish Roy Moore from Thomas Jefferson? 14 years old, Sally Hemings. Rape culture is one of the litmus tests for the virility of white masculinity in America. I know y'all ain't ready for that. No, y'all ain't ready. The unrapeability of black women is too. Because they were just having sex with people they owned. They weren't even people. They were 3/5 human. So when you think about the fact that we're living in a culture where women's lives have never mattered. Oh, we pretend that we're concerned about them and oh my God, and how dare you do this? All of us are part of that hypocrisy of male supremacy. And until we challenge it at its roots, we are being disingenuous. And so when I look at what's going on in terms of race, Obama was a great, great man, but on the issue of race, he was complicated. Now, I wish I could have been his anger interpreter. I just wish I could have been up on stage doing. I'm a nice guy. I have my credentials. I got a PhD from Princeton. I'm articulate. Read a bunch of books and wrote some too. Obama comes out. I wish he'd have come out of the White House in a skull cap sometime, with a terry cloth robe on, with some of those Magic Johnson socks. What? Yeah, I'm living in public housing. Yeah. I wish when Obama was giving the last State of the Union, I remember that? The penultimate one, where he said, I don't have no more races to run. Now, he said it better than that. I have no more races to run. The Republicans started clapping. Yeah, they were laughing. He says, that's because I beat you twice. Now, I wanted to give it a little bit more brother spin. See what I'm saying? Look, bitch, what you want? I beat your ass twice. Ain't no more races to run. Because if there was one, I'd beat your ass again. My time is almost up, I can see. But I'll say this. When we think about race in America, it's complicated, it's powerful, it's significant. We got to do three things. First, we got to face it. We can no longer live in what Gore Vidal calls the United States of amnesia. We got to revoke our citizenship in the United States of amnesia and claim memory. White folk who say the Civil War was about states' rights, get off the crack. I know you're opioid addicted. Because when black and brown people were on crack, you sent us to prison. You sending your kids to the hospital. I'm not mad. I want your kids to go to the hospital. I want my kids in the hospital too. You giving us mandatory minimum on a drug crime where there were nonviolent drug crimes. White kids who are opioid addicted and others are treated sensitively. So we got to face it, number one. Number two, we got to acknowledge that there can be difference without hierarchy. What do I mean by that? Everybody ain't got to be the same. Right? People want me, I can't, you want me to, because I got a PhD from Princeton, you want me to act a certain way, and I can't, I've majored in blackness all my life. It's too late to change my major now. Just deal with it. When people say, I don't see race, are you blind? I know, and I know it's tough to be white. Like Jiminy Cricket, what do? We see race too much, they dog us. If we don't see it, they kill us. What the fuck do you want? It's tough, I get it. Black people mercurial, sometimes we good, what? Here's the point, we don't want you to transcend race, I just want you to transcend what you think about my race. That's what I want you to transcend. I don't want to stop being black, I want you to stop thinking what blackness is limited. And just let us be human beings like y'all. Black folk like everybody else. Few geniuses, mostly average, and some assholes. That's just everybody. And finally, let me say this before I close out, as the provost lingers near. The vice provost putting pressure on me over here. She ain't standing for exercise. I was about to go into another 40-minute clip. Let me say this. All of us together got to face what has been called intersectionality. Just a big old word to say that means it's more complicated, because when you talk about being black, you got to talk about being black and poor, or black and a female, or black and queer, right? Or brown and female, brown and queer, right? Or Pan-Asian, Pan-Pacific, Pacific Rim, First Nation, indigenous. But there are differences. Do you live on the reservation, as they called it, or not? Do you live on native ground or not? It makes a difference. And those differences make a difference. And I got to warn people of color and other minorities, don't be the same bigots that you contend against. Can I just say that? You know how they say, you are the future you want? Don't be the bigot you hate. How you going to go to a black church and be homophobic? Well, the word said. What the word said what? The word said, slave, obey your master. You ain't doing that. Word say, cut off if your right eye offend thee, pluck it out. You still got both eyes. I ain't never been to a black church that turns down gay tithes. Mad at gay people. How you taking the bigotry of a dominant culture and its vicious beliefs about people who are queer, and you mad at what they do to you based on the Bible as a black person? Same thing for women. I was preaching in Cleveland a couple weeks ago. You see what kind of preacher I am. I'm almost done, bro. Let me tell this one more story. She lurking. She got to keep it on schedule. So I'm going to tell this one more story, and I'm going to be done for the next 10 minutes. So I'm preaching in Cleveland, and she came up to me. I'm doing a book signing. She said, I plead the blood of Jesus on you. I said, damn, that's old school. Pentecostal. She said, you're going to hell. I said, did Jesus tell you this? I might as well go out here and live a great and fantastic irresolute life. Irresolute life. She said, no, you're going to hell because are you telling me that God made gay people the way they are? I said, unless you're trying to say God made a mistake. And that's a big theological problem. If you think God messed up. I don't think God messed up. Well, do you think they're born that way? I said, as far as I know, I ain't been there. But I don't think gay people can get up tomorrow morning and be straight anymore. You can be gay. And if you can, I done helped you out. Try it. You might like it. Right? Get behind that subject. I'm almost done. So hold on. I'm a preacher, man. I got to almost be done 20 minutes. Hold on. And then, black people say, well, you chose to be gay. Did you choose to be straight? What, you went to your mom at 13? Hey, look, I've been looking at both the options. And I'm choosing this because that other one is a real pain in the ass. Y'all ain't ready? Y'all ain't ready? So let me in. So she told me, she said, you going to hell. I said, wait a minute, you're a woman. I'm a man of God. You have no authority over me. The Bible says shut up, so be quiet. Stop it. We in this boat together. If they hate the queer people first, they gonna hate your black ass next. Then your brown ass. Then your poor white ass. Right? Then your moderate Republican ass. That's what Republicans are doing now. My God, didn't know it was this tough up in here. We feel opposed. Yeah. Trump is treating America like black people have been treated by most white folk forever. Y'all ain't ready to hear that. This ain't nothing new to black people, right? Oh my God, it's the worst ever. No, it ain't. It really ain't. But now you've been treated like a nigga too. Let's shift metaphors. All the men are getting treated like bitches too. Stop it. We are in this boat together. And if we come together as a nation, we are stronger together than we are apart. God bless y'all so very much.
I know, I feel really bad for stopping him. I could listen for hours on. So we have time for just one question. So one, that's it.
Oh my God.
One question, rise, sir. Because there's another author at 3 o'clock and we have to clear out the room and let others come in. That's why.
Who the other author? No, okay, I'm sorry. No. Maybe we should just go. I don't want to. That's because I can't choose.
Right here.
Okay, you choose. You choose. All right. Oh, damn. I was trying to get out of here. Okay, I don't want to be catty, but let me tell you this story. It's only going to take a half hour. Hold on. No. It's going to take 1 minute. So remember when Bill Maher used the N-word? Y'all know I was on, right? Al Franken was supposed to go on the show. But Al Franken said no, two things. First of all, I disagree with what Bill said. It's horrible, it's wrong, blah, 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 which, okay, true. And then he said, I didn't want to endure an entire week of being drugged through the mud and my name taken in vain because I chose to go on. So he said, I think Professor Dyson from Georgetown is. Thanks, Al. And he's right. I got drugged through the mud. Black people like, you dog, you stupid, you thought you were for the people, you going on with this white boy and blah, blah, blah. Then I got on there, then they had to change mine because I don't treat all white allies the same. Bill Maher is not the Ku Klux Klan. Hello? If he made a mistake, and he did, and he admitted it. And then I went there, and instead of the usual 7 to 8 minute opening, he gave me 15 minutes. That white man gave up time on national television. That ain't exactly 40 acres and a mule, but that's some damn reparations right there. That's some chronological reparations right there. And I sold a bunch of damn books after that. But what's interesting, oh, hey. But on top of that, if Tina Fey says, let him eat cake after Charlottesville, and she said some brilliant stuff before then, and she messed up by trivializing it, don't treat Tina Fey like she's the KKK. Now, first of all, Al Franken, that's what you get for putting me on and you dogging me and you didn't go on Bill Maher. Ha! No. But beyond that, we have to make gradations. Al Franken admitted what he did was wrong. He acknowledged that it was problematic. Grabbing that woman's breast the way he did, no excuse. And don't make any. And if he gets investigated by the Senate committee and they put him out, that's the consequence of what he did. Now, we know we're living in tough times, but tough times demand tougher perspectives. Yes, we've been getting away with this shit with women for too many years. Now, there are going to be some sacrifice. Let's be real. There are some people who probably in reality don't really deserve to go like others do. But that's part of the nature of course correction, right? That's just the nature of the deal. I hope Al Franken hangs on because at least he acknowledges what he did. He said, investigate me. What I did was reprehensible. I claim to speak for women, but here I am then undercutting them. Donald Trump jumping in on the game, but ain't said nothing about his grab ass. And ain't said nothing about Roy Moore. Vicious, predatory, white supremacist, patriarchal behavior. At least Al Franken acknowledges, yes, I engaged in that, but I'm man enough to admit it was wrong, and I'll deal with the consequences should they be judged not in my favor. So I applaud him, but I applaud more the women who come forward to say enough is enough.
So if we could give one more round for Dr. Larson.
Where do I go to sign books?
I'm going to walk with you.
Okay. Can you tell me you're going to walk? Okay.
Yep. And he's going to be downstairs for the autographs.